Time. Is time a prison, making us all prisoners of the present? Forever in transition, we are all stuck in time, unable to relive the past or see into the future. We cannot move forwards or backwards. We can neither speed up time nor slow it down. Time is also the reality of existence, both the most familiar and mysterious concept we share as humans. Our perception of time is often riddled by our own experiences. Yet life can be seen as a dance between time and energy. The only way we can stop time is to capture it. Are we running out of time, or are we just moving closer to non-existence?
Oh, that looks good, isn't it? Buttery.
I tend to find this time of year very difficult. There is a deep freeze of the mind and body. Sometimes small daily tasks become a struggle. The new year also offers time for reflection. Trying to remain focused on our vision, we try not to plan too much, as life will constantly throw you something unexpected, both good and bad. We've never had much luck with cars. Generally, it's the ones who know nothing about cars that have this bad luck. The gearbox finally went, plus the engine was basically being held together with cable ties. It is now sold. How much life it has in it, I don't know, but it did have one last glorious Christmas adventure to a foreign land.
I found that planting for spring is more important to me than summer. By summer, everything is nice regardless, but having those first shoots pop up in spring after months of cold grey days brings so much hope and the promise that sunnier days are coming. It was a bit of a scramble to get the last bulbs in the ground. December ended up being very busy and they were left unattended in their box. However, better late than never, and they definitely have more chance of growing in the ground than they do in their packaging. The 3 uncovered vegetable beds in the potager were in need of some serious weeding. From creating these no-dig beds last year, you can already see an improvement in the soil, and the worms love it.
This week's video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Skillshare is an online learning community with classes on everything from yoga to carpentry and graphic design to gardening. I've been wanting to create a storage solution for some of the boys' toys. The course Block Printing and Sewing DIY Drawstring Bag by Tammy Jahal seemed like a great solution. Plus, it was the perfect excuse to try out a new craft and finally unpack my sewing machine. The class was really straightforward and easy to follow. Perfect for beginners. Tammy has a clear, calm voice as she talks you through the process of creating your block print, printing the fabric, and finally sewing the bag. With the weather being cold and rainy outside, now is the perfect time to try out a new hobby. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description below will get a free 30-day trial of Skillshare.
I'm so pleased with how it's turned out, and hopefully now I won't be tripping over bits of train track all the time.
Off to a local farm to get a trailer load of muck with the help of our neighbour. We'll need several loads, but this is great to get us started. As we want to massively expand the vegetable garden this year, we're going to need a huge amount of compost and animal manure. We can't afford to spend much, so sourcing cheap options is essential. This trailer load costs €10. We'll be doing a test on the cow manure over the coming weeks to see if it contains a weed killer called pyrrolid. If it's in the animal bedding or it's in the feed, it can remain active. It affects legumes and solanaceae, but should be fine on our flower beds. It will add nutrients to the dense clay soil and help suppress weeds.
After an incredibly windy night, we came out to find the polytunnel upended. To be honest, I was relieved it was still on our land and hadn't blown down the field. Still, the clean-up wasn't fun. We're thinking about investing in a better one. Any recommendations, let us know in the comments. A slice of reality. The kitchen needs a lot of work. Ideally, I'd like to relocate it, but think that might be too big a task. Either way, this space definitely needs a spruce up. as does my underwear.
It's for when I want some good aeration.
We started work on one of our bedrooms. We really want to get the bedrooms modernised with electrics rewired, new windows, better ventilation and insulation. We are constantly undoing a lot of unfinished or poorly done jobs in this house. The plaster in this corner was quite damp, so I decided to chip it all off, let the terracotta bricks underneath dry out, and then I will replaster it.
We covered most of the potager in a silage tarp back in the autumn. The aim is to suppress the weeds before we create the beds. Of course, it won't eliminate the most vigorous weeds, but hopefully it should lessen them.
Mummy, I know it's ready for the bench.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You want to do it right now? You want a bench right now? I'm going to get your bench. You want a bench?
Where?
Yeah, you want me, Daddy, to bring your bench, boys?
Oh, okay.
I don't want any butter on my one.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, okay.
Hello everyone. We've not actually spoken to camera yet in this video, and there is something I want to address directly to you, and that is we will no longer be doing any more juvenile or silly skits in our content. We are too busy making, loving each other as a family, and growing in this wonderful vegetable garden. That is the plan for this year, to continue these things and show you all at home what we're doing. So if you have enjoyed this video and you want to continue our story and watching along with us, subscribe, like, all of those wonderful things. And don't forget, make, love and grow.